Hi, this is Adil Zubairi from Superpower Solutions.
Hi there, and I'm Ginzburg from Ginball.net.
Today, Jean is here to answer some of my queries on Facebook ads. So we're going to discuss about lookalike audience on Facebook. So basically, I have a question for you, Jean. What if I have a client who would like to go and do the Facebook ads for the first time, and one of the assets my client has is an existing email list with relevant people in that email list. So if you have an email list and you have never done a Facebook ad before, what kind of Facebook audience should you go out and select? And what is the easiest way to success in this case?
Sure, that's a very good question. So just to start off as to what lookalike audiences are. So lookalike audiences are kind of self-explanatory in the way that Facebook named them. They actually did a pretty good job naming them. Lookalike audiences are typically based off of a current audience or a custom audience, and they're lookalike. So they are a larger group of audiences that are based on a specific audience. So they're very similar in terms of like behavior and likes and demographics to a specific audience. So that's what lookalike is. So it's a way to expand and scale your campaigns with lookalike audiences, and basically find new customers out there, potential customers out there to send traffic to or to provide an offer to. So that's what a lookalike audience is. In terms of how to set up a lookalike audience, it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple process. So you would take your current email list and you would just extract all of the emails. And then you would go to your Facebook account and you would create a custom audience. So you would go to audiences, the audiences tab, and then create audiences, and then click on create custom audiences. And then they'll ask you, Facebook will ask you what are the types of data that you have, and you would select email addresses. So you would copy and paste or upload that CSV file into Facebook, and then just click OK, and then it will take a little bit of time for it to match up. So basically what Facebook will do is it will review your list, and then it would match it up against actual users with those email addresses in Facebook. So once that's done, then you can create a lookalike audience based on the custom audience. And the way it's set up now is that you can create a 1%, 2%, 4%, 8%, or even multiple than that. So typically 1% of that audience would be about 2 million people, then 2% would be about 4 million, and so on and so forth. So, and then you would put in the country that you want to get those audiences from, so United States or whatever country you want to do it in. And then, and then click OK, and then it will take some time for it to be created in Facebook. But then at the end, you will have the audiences closest to your list of about 2 million people, about 4 million people, and so on and so forth. And then you can use that audience to target potential new customers. So that's what lookalike is.
Right, awesome. So how many people do you think, so for somebody who's starting a campaign, how much reach is a good reach to consider? So for example, you said 1% of that lookalike audience would be 2 million people. But is it good to just start your campaign with 2 million when you're just spending $10, $20, $30 a day to test out the waters?
I think that you might want to make that a little bit smaller. So if you're testing things out, I mean, typically, you want to test it out with about 500,000 to 1 million size audience. That's typically the rule of thumb for doing a small test where you're spending maybe about $10 to $20 a day on your Facebook ads. So start there, and then if you're seeing good results, optimize certain ones. So remove certain audiences, remove certain interests, remove certain demographics that are not working for you. And then at that point, you can increase your audiences and then increase your budget.
Yeah, and comment on this. So basically, when Jean was saying that you can remove the audiences, you can remove the certain aspects of audiences, that comes from customer avatar. So if you have a good grip of your customer avatar, you will be able to cut down on those smaller areas, narrow down the audience, and make your Facebook ad successful.
That's
Right.
very true.
Cool. So thank you, Gene. That was a good information, and I hope this is helpful for people who are listening to this video, and looking forward to talk to you sometime later again.
Thanks.
Thanks again. So guys, before you go, don't forget to put a comment in the comment box below. What do you like? What do you dislike? And let us know what you think and what other information you would like us to bring in for you. Thanks.
Thanks.